Well, alright, so I decided to watch Raw 25, and I couldn't have been more disappointed. I couldn't have felt like I wasted more of my time. I could have done way more productive things than watch this pile of shit show. I mean, they've been hyping this thing up for quite a while now, so I figure what better time to, start watching WWE again, or at least tune in for one show, than Raw 25. But no, very disappointing, a waste of my time. Shouldn't have even watched it. Shouldn't have even expected this fucked up company to put on entertaining shit, even if it was a memorable, whatever you want to call it, a specialty episode. Once again, WWE has underwhelmed us. So we get the McMahons coming out to cut a segment. Of course, it's the McMahons. And Stephanie McMahon. I'm so fucking tired of her. She is one of the top reasons why I stopped watching. I mean, just hearing her annoying little female bitch-ass voice for the past 3 years, occupying so much promo time that could actually be devoted to talented superstars who actually know how to cut a promo. Instead, you got Stephanie McMahon on the mic. Probably more than most people in this company. Same thing with Triple H, taking up so much mic time. Those two have taken up so much air time that could have been devoted to younger superstars over the past 3 or 4 years. And I don't get why people cheer Vince McMahon, because who do you think's pushing people like Roman Reigns? It's Vince McMahon, you dumb fucks. So they talk forever. Oh, let's just keep cutting promos, McMahons, because we haven't seen enough of you in the past 3 years. Just keep fucking talking. Well, you got Austin there, who comes out finally, which was cool. I love to see that. Austin comes out. But instead, all you got is fucking the McMahons talking, so Austin doesn't even say a word. It should be the reverse. We hardly see Austin. We rarely see Austin. He's one of the best promos in history. So why isn't he talking more? Why is it just the McMahons talking? I wanted to hear Austin, but instead he just comes out and gives some stunners, which was, it was cool to see, but I would have preferred to see more intricate storylines, more creativity, more shit than just 3 stunners. I would have loved to see actual interaction, storyline, talking, promos. No, we don't get any of that. Why? I don't fucking know. So then you get it was still a good segment and all, but it could have been a great segment. It could have been way more entertaining than what it was. Then we get the first match of the night. You figure, hey, it's the first match of the night. They're going to do something good, right? Get our attention. They did the opposite. They put us to sleep. A cure for insomnia here. You get an 8 women's tag match. Well, first off, anytime you involve 8 people in a tag match, it's a bad idea. It never turns out good, at least in this company. And then you factor in the divas, then it's just 10 times worse. So this was a terrible dud, 0 out of 5 star match. Then we have the Undertaker segment, which is at the Manhattan Center, which was a giant mistake. First off, the thing of doing 2 separate venues is very confusing to me. Just pick one fucking venue. Why? What's the point of having a show at 2 different locations? It really does nothing. Just pick one. And they only did 3 segments at the Manhattan Center, so it's only 3 segments. What's the point? And when you're choosing, where are we going to put an Undertaker segment? Are we going to put it at the main arena, or are we going to put it at the Manhattan Center? And of course, they put it at the Manhattan Center because they always make the wrong decision. One of Undertaker's best qualities is his entrance, his long entrance with the dong and the music and the darkness and the pyrotechnics and everything and the fire. But no, they put it at the Manhattan Center where none of that is possible. Because why? Because they're dumbasses. So once Undertaker gets to the ring, he cuts a 2-minute promo talking about how he's buried everybody in the past 25 years, which is, when I say 2 minutes, it's more like 30 seconds because the Undertaker says 2 words a minute. So this poorly done segment here. You get the fucking Undertaker. He doesn't interact with anybody. He cuts a 2-minute promo. His entrance sucked. So I was very disappointed. Then we have The Miz defeating Reigns. They call it the mid-card, but I really think it should be called the Miz card because Miz is your perennial mid-carder. They say he's 8-time Intercontinental Champion, that's a great thing. But no, it's a shitty thing because the Intercontinental Championship is really worth shit. It's not worth anything. I even think, since you have it, it's probably a worse thing because so many times people hold the Intercontinental Championship and once they lose it, they leave the company or they become jobbers. So so we get the match. It's like an 8 or 10 minute match, which isn't unbelievably long it's not unbelievably long for a title match. The only good thing about it was Reigns lost. I still see Reigns isn't in the WWE title picture, but he's still weaseling his way into title matches, I see. But yeah, I gave the match 1.5 out of 5 stars. The best part was really seeing Reigns lose, but it wasn't that entertaining of a match. Then we get the Christian show. Of course, Edge is in there they said, for some reason he's not here. Oh, okay. But so we get Christian instead, which is probably inferior to Edge, but we get Christian. And all he really says is, look at all my peeps out there, and that's about it. I mean, there was no interaction between him or anybody else. It was just terribly put together. Then you get Rollins and Jordan, who I guess are a tag team now, coming out, and Sheamus and Cesaro, who are a tag team, coming out. And they cut up like a 2-second promo, a very short promo. Then they brawl for like a minute. Just a horrible fucking segment. Very basic. Nothing creative in here. It was just terrible. Then we have Wyatt defeating Matt Hardy in a 2-minute match. Again, 2-minute match? What is this? Isn't this supposed to be like a good episode with good shit? And we're getting 2-minute matches? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. So 0 out of 5 stars. Then we have Samson and Cena doing a segment together. Samson sings his typical song. Then you get Cena coming out. With his little... One thing I don't understand about Cena is why does he bring a kitchen towel to the ring with his logo on it? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, when I see those, you usually dry your hands with them after you wash your hands. But no, Cena puts his logo on it and brings it to the ring with him. Like, I never understood that. But then again, you half the shit in this company you never understand, and it makes no sense. So yeah, but so you get them doing a segment together. It was very typical, very Cena-like, I guess you could say. At least Cena didn't, at least Samson got the upper hand, I guess you could say. The younger guy got the upper hand, but I mean, it was still pretty fucking typical. Nothing like that creative or entertaining happened here. Samson breaks his guitar on Cena. Of course, Cena's back because you can't break it on his head because it's PG. But breaks the guitar on his back, and that's about it. I mean, it wasn't anything to mark out about. Then we have Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews versus Heath Slater and Rhino. It ends in a disqualification because the Dudleys come out at the end there, and they do the 3D through the table. I mean, it was cool to see the Dudleys, but again, pretty typical. They just do a 3D. I mean, we've seen it before. It's not I wasn't marking out over this. It was cool, but at the same time, it was pretty basic. Then and by the way, I want to talk about too. They did all these like little cameos throughout Raw, like 2-second cameos. I mean, like backstage segments are not meant for legends. They're meant for like little things, between the superstars. And to put all these legends in backstage episodes is really a slap in the face. I mean, if you're going to have legends there, put them in a segment. Don't have little backstage cameos that do nothing for me. I mean that was so stupid. And then they're like, oh, here's some of the best general managers of Raw. Oh, and here's some of the best divas. And we're just going to have them stand on the stage for you and wave like little fucking props. Like fucking greeters at the fucking mall do. Hi, how you doing? I mean, it's like... It's kind of a disgrace to these legends to just put them in little cameos or to just, trot them out there. Put them in segments. Make it entertaining. Waving to the crowd doesn't do much for me. And by the way, the Bellas are not some of the best divas in history. The only thing the Bellas are good for is aesthetically pleasing me. When I look at them, they're pretty good looking. That's about it. Their wrestling ability is close to 0, and their promo ability is close to 0. If not 0. So yeah, I didn't like those cameos and those little backstage segments and all that shit like that. Then we have the DX segment, which again was pretty ordinary. You got them coming out there doing their typical shtick, They actually point out, they try to make it funny now that they can't be as controversial as they were back in the day. Like acting that, it's so funny. That's so fun. No, it's not funny. It fucking sucks that that we gotta act like children now when cutting promos, and you know. So they do a little promo there. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's nothing to get all happy about. And then you get the Balor Club coming out there, and they do the little hand signal or whatever. And then you get a match between Gallows and Anderson and Dash and Dawson. It ends quickly, and then DX does all their finishers on Dash and Dawson. So it wasn't that. It was okay. It could have been a lot better. It wasn't that entertaining of a segment. There was nothing out of the ordinary done. I mean, they could have at least let some younger guys get at least a couple shots in on DX before DX buried them. But no, of course that doesn't happen. But and you could have had DX like cut a promo with another tag team or another person or something like that at least. Again, do some interaction between the superstars as opposed to just come out there. I love when legends interact with superstars. Like the current day talent. But they really didn't do any of that. I mean, thinking about it, they didn't do any of that. So then you get the ending, which was very rushed. It was like a 6-minute segment. You get the 3 guys coming out there, and then they do like a 1-minute brawl. I mean, what the fuck was that? I mean, it was. I see like, oh, there's 6 minutes left of Raw, and they haven't even started the last segment. I'm like, what the fuck? You dedicate like that amount of time to your last segment, and what the fuck is Kane doing in a main event? He's fucking 50 years old. I mean, he's older than he's older than fucking dirt, and he's in the main event. Really? You couldn't find a younger talent to put in the main event? We're going back to people who were relevant 20 years ago to put in the main event? I mean, what the fuck is going on here, people? So that, again, terrible ending. Maybe not terrible, but it was a bad fucking ending. I mean, at least you got a table spot at the end, but I mean, we've seen that before. Braun Strowman putting Brock Lesnar through a table, haven't we? So overall, this show, it was so underwhelming. I expected so much more. They could have done so much better. But of course, it's WWE, and they fuck everything up. I was looking forward to this, actually. Yeah, let me tune back into this company that I haven't watched in 5 months. Let me do a video that I haven't done in 5 months. Might be actually entertaining. Might actually see some legends do some good shit. But nah, it was all the legends that came back were fucking boring. They did little 2-minute segments. They didn't interact with anybody. And I'm getting all worked up now because it was just so disappointing. And this really reassured me. But it did do a good thing because it reassured me of my decision to stop watching this company. And it reminded me why I hate this company so much. And it really justified my decision to stop watching the company. Stop watching the product in the first place. But I'm probably going to give him one more chance and tune into the Royal Rumble and see how that is. It'll probably suck. I know it starts at 7. Of course, it starts at 7, so it's going to be a fucking long-ass show, of course, because everything in this company is like 3 hours, 4 hours, long. So, like when all these fucking sports corporations, sports companies like the NFL and NBA, they talk about, I listen to sports radio sometimes, and they talk about shortening shows. They talk about, because people's attention spans are really not what they used to be. People are they're not looking to watch like a 3 or 4 hour show. They want to get all the action in like 20 minutes. So when people are looking to decrease the time of sports, WWE is going up, and people are tuning out like myself, because this company is so poorly run. And this show showed why this company is so poorly run. They had all these stars, and they so misused them. You had Ric Flair again in backstage segments. Well, what the fuck is that? Why is Ric Flair in a backstage segment? Why isn't he in the fucking main show? Why isn't he in a real segment? Okay, I'm gonna lose my fucking voice screaming about this shit, but overall, the show fucking sucked. It was so underwhelming, so disappointed, and a waste of my time. 3 hours of wastefulness. So there you go, people. There's your Raw review. How do you like me doing Raw reviews again? Haha. 5 months, gone on my little sabbatical there from Raw. But I probably don't get your hopes up that I'm going to be doing Raw reviews every week like I used to, because I don't want to subject myself to this torture, because it really is torture. It's a waste of my time, and I got a lot of things to do in life. Yeah, I'm not a fucking loser that sits on the couch all day doing nothing. So probably not going to be doing Raw reviews every week, just to let you guys know. But there you go. There's your Raw 25th anniversary bullshit review.